I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna, like, something's gonna get smashed here. Something for sure is gonna get fucking smashed. Oh, technology just hates me. What's up, gang? I literally just watched an 11-minute skate video thinking I was live. No such luck. No such luck. Okay, how do I just start at the top here? Like, no one wants to start at 200 and work their way up. This is fucking bananas. There's also no way that Bandana is the 179th. Like, I mean, I know. I know we covered this like at length in one of the post shows. Well, at least we got like the top 30. You can tell right off the jump, even if you started at 200, like if you just started on this first page, there's no fucking way that Tear Gas from the Jacka is a better album than Bandana. No fucking shot. Impossible. Refuse to believe it. I haven't even heard this album, but I know there's no fucking way it's better than that album. And it's definitely not, but like, dude, KMD are like, okay. How do I get to the fucking top of this bullshit? How did Kamar do this? Here we go. Okay. Just got to use your head. That's all you got to do. Yo, fuck off with the ads. That would be cool. Yeah, beat it, Rolling Stone. No one curs. In fact, just to make sure we don't get taken down. Oh, what are you saying load previous for? Okay. What is this? 60? Okay. I mean, I said 1 to 20, but I guess... No. We're starting at the top. We're starting at the top, and we're going to work our way down. Because I want to visualize this and understand what the fuck happened here and how it happened. Man, there's a lot of ads. Like, do I not have some sort of plugin that's blocking these? I'll deal with that after. Okay. So, like, this one's arguable. I don't put it at number 1. This is a quality album. Probably deserves a top 10 spot. So we got to let that one go. I'm still... I don't know. I still don't think this is a top 5 album of all time. I just don't. I love Outkast. Love what they've done. This ain't it. Like, okay, it had Bombs Over Baghdad and Miss Jackson. Was So Fresh and So Clean on that album? It was on that album. Simon was right. Wow. Okay. I'll call before I come. We love these hoes. I don't know. I just know that it's not number 2. That's all I know. Now I got to look at the blueprint too as well, because I gotta give it the same. There's no fucking, like, there's just no way. Bonnie and Clyde ain't it. Excuse Me Miss is like, I don't know, it's okay. Poppin' Tags. Without the bounce, we're going to how to get this dough in large amounts. Okay, I did it my way. You don't know remix. Oh no, this is the blueprint 1 that I'm looking for. Okay, that's the blueprint too. Jay-Z, the blueprint. Okay, you don't know. Quality. Girls, girls, girls. To be honest, is pretty cheesy. Izzo is cheesy as fuck. Like, I know that was a jam back then, but. So we got You Don't Know. Heart of the City is for real. Eminem killed him on Renegade, but Renegade is for real. There's no fucking way. There's just no way. There's no fucking way. This is not the third best album of all time. No shot. Okay, again, I'm fine with Public Enemy, like, just because of, like, musically it was Sgt. Pepper's. Lyrically, it was London Calling. Yeah, I mean, this is before my time, but Public Enemy were the real deal, and they paved the way for a lot of people, so I have no problem with... I can't say I have a problem with this either. I don't... I'm not certain that I don't know. I'm not certain I put it in the top 5, but... And this is a tough one because I am not a Kanye fan, so... I just can't put his albums anywhere near the top 20. Any one of them. Not a single one. Yeah, sorry. This has no fucking business being here. There's no, like... I also want to say this. I don't know that many top 10 albums came out post 2000. I'm just going to go out and say that. Like, I don't know that outside of Kendrick, like, what, I mean, I guess, yeah, there's no fucking, like, nothing. Yeah, there's no way the blueprint. Like, Stankonia, I just don't think. See, this is the real wheelhouse, the golden era. This is where this to like 92 to 94, 5. That's where most of these albums should be from. This should be in the top 10. This should be in the top 5. This album created hip hop as we know it. This album shaped hip hop in every way, shape, and form. This is like... This might be the best album ever. But it's probably Illmatic. I don't know. I'm fine with this being in the top 10. Tribe Called Quest also created, like, I guess you could argue they kind of created that, like, underground. Yeah, Tribe deserve a spot. I'm fine with that one. I hate Lauryn Hill as a human being because I think she's a racist piece of shit. So we're just going to avoid that one. But I still don't even think I can put this album in the top 10. Even if I, like, separate the art from the artist, I don't think she makes it in. I don't think Lauryn Hill makes it in. It is working. Oh, look at that. Yeah, no, I don't. This one ain't it. I can't. Like I said, there's no fucking way. There's nothing outside of Kendrick Lamar. There's nothing post 2005 that has any business being anywhere near a top 20. Even this. I'm sorry. This is a great fucking album. This ain't... there's just no way you can sit here and be like, this is the 12th best album in hip-hop history. And I don't even mean that to be disrespectful to these guys, because, again, they made a lane, super popular, great rappers. But I think even if you ask them, yo, do you guys have a top 12 album of all time? How about this? If you ask them, yo, did you make an album better than Dr. Dre's 2001? Because I'm not certain that anything that came out after this deserves a spot above this. I'll say that with great confidence. This album also changed hip hop. So this album is a top 10 beyond any reasonable doubt. And I get it. It's at 13. It's not that far off. So I'm being a little nitpicky here, but this is a top 10 album. I don't know. I don't know if there's many people alive right now that don't know a song off this album. What's up, Hunter? I'm glad you could join as well. You got in just in time. What are we doing here? Ghostface. Okay. I got to look at the Supreme Clientele track list because I know there's some absolute bangers on here. Like Mighty Healthy 1. Supreme Clientele. That's what we're talking about. Nutmeg is also good. Saturday Night. Apollo Kids. Okay, you know what? Oh, $1.50. We made it. We made it. Great fucking song. Woo Banger 101. Cherchez la Ghost. It's crazy because when you actually look at this album, this is definitely one of the greatest albums of all time. This is a really slept on album. February 8th, the day before, after my birthday in 2000. This is a fucking great album. What number did this get? This was in the top 15. This is 14. I mean, it's so weird to think, like, I guess I have to agree. This is a better album than Iron Man. I just can't believe I'm saying that. But, like, looking at the track list, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ghostface, I'd like to see how many other spots Ghostface has in this. Again, like if you do the math, I'm 4 when this comes out. I know this album deserves to be in the top 15. And I've also, obviously, it's not like just because you're born before it, you haven't listened to it. I've listened to this album. Great fucking album. Definitely deserves a spot there. This has no fucking business. This might not have any business being on this list. Period. I don't know if I can find a top 200 spot for this. I genuinely mean that. Again, I can't do Kanye. I never listened to this album. So it would actually be unfair of me. It would be very unfair of me to say it does or doesn't deserve a spot. That being said, doesn't deserve a spot. Moving on. Mad Villainy. I mean, this is clearly the highest underground hip-hop album on here. And that's a very high spot. I don't know. I mean, it's Doom. It's Madlib. I guess. My problem with saying this isn't this, like, here's the problem, and I've said this before, is like sitting here and saying, yeah, this deserves a spot at 18. It's fine, but the albums we're gonna see after this one that clearly deserve a spot above this, like I don't know. I mean, yeah. Like I said, watch, we're gonna see this should not be where it is. Nope. This has no fucking business being at number 20. That's just crazy. I don't think I listened to this album. Everyone that I like respect has serious respect for Wayne, so, and I've obviously heard him crush a few songs. I don't know. I haven't heard this album, so again, I wouldn't feel comfortable being like it doesn't belong there, but I wouldn't put it there. This is too high for this. It just really is. Even if you were a big DMX fan back in the day, and I was a big DMX fan back in the day, like, I feel like an album, if you're going to put it at number 22 on the all-time hip-hop list, it's got to hold up all these years later. And here we are 24 years later. And outside of Rough Riders Anthem, I guess maybe you'd listen to Damien. I don't know. Outside of those, this album like does not hold up. No fucking way. And rest in peace to DMX. I apologize, but that's just how it is. This is a tough one. Again, this is one where I can't put it ahead of some of the ones that it's going to be ahead of. But UGK, Southern Legends, Pocket Full of Stones. I don't understand this. I just don't understand this at all. Like, if you don't believe me, put this fucking album on right now. I know you have some sort of streaming service. Roll a joint. Roll a nice sized joint. Put the lights on real low. Turn the headphones way the fuck up. Light the joint. Start this album. Then come back to this, because there's no way you're going to sit through an hour of this and be like, I mean, it was meh. This is a fucking stellar hip hop album. And considering it came out in 94, I don't understand 24. Like, this is, look at who produced. There was Large Pro, Pete Rock, Premier, Q-Tip. Like, this wasn't a big thing until this album. Like, it's also 10 tracks is perfect. I can't describe that enough. Number 24, this is a travesty. Like, it's better than that, way better than that, way better than that. I think this is a top 3 album without a doubt. So it deserves, other than Wu-Tang, this should be ahead of, and no, this is better than Ready to Die. I don't know about this. I mean, there's definitely some like, when I was just a little baby boy, my mama used to tell me these crazy things. Yeah, okay. So Kill You, Stan is a classic. Like, Stan is something that people still use. It's like in the common vernacular now. This guy's a Stan. The Real Slim Shady. I mean, you can say what you want. The Way I Am. Remember Me. Marshall Mathers is insane. Drug Ballad's great. Bitch Please 2. Criminal. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, 25 is fine, actually. I think I'm fine with that. I think this might actually be the first one I've come across that's like, that's probably like, this is bang on where it should be. This is probably the 25th best album of all time. Sure. I mean, Eminem changed the game. Yeah, Jeremy, sorry, I didn't notice your chat there. Biggie was number 1. Ready to Die was number 1. Yeah, 24 is insane. And this is Rolling Stone, for the record, as you can see up here. This is the Rolling Stone magazine top 200. We did it on the post, Joe. We went through like the top 30. And I just felt like I wanted to come back and go over them again, because like, I'm like you, this is fucking, see, Hunter, Future's higher than all this. Like, can you believe that the Future album is better than this? Lil Kim album is better than this? Get the fuck out of here. Look at this. Okay, this is a great example. 24 and 25 are Nas and Eminem. We have Future, Lil Kim. We have 2 Kanye albums. A Cardi B. This is the biggest travesty of all time. This might be the biggest travesty on here. I'm fine with both of these. This should be much higher. Nope. Nope. Yep. Higher. I'm speechless here. I genuinely am. Again, nope. Sure. This album, there's no shot this album is better than Eminem's and Nas's. No way. Impossible. Impossible. There's just no fucking way. They're not better than this album either. Okay, sorry. I got to get back on track here. We're at 25. I cannot believe this. See, this album at 26 is also a travesty. This album is so much better than The Blueprint. This album is a top 10 album without a doubt. Like, this album is incredible. The Kanye album is respectable. Listen, I said, I'll put it to you this way. I said I wasn't a Kanye fan, so it was tough for me to put him in there, but I get it. It's a generational thing. Like, if you're a big Kanye fan, maybe that album, you know, like there's, like Pete Davidson said the best album of all time is Kid Cudi, which I was just like, I don't even know if I can respect you anymore, but, you know, I mean, this album is fucking so good. This album is really fucking good. This album is so good. Is it giving me like, oh, okay, album. That's what I'm going to need. This album is so good. This album bangs. This album goes hard. Yeah, not top 25. See, I'm fine with people be like top 20. Think about how much rap there's been, how many albums there's been. For you to sit back, maybe I should talk about that for a second too. What's my criteria? Because I think that matters. Because I don't know what their bullshit criteria is. Hold on, let's full screen me for this little fucking rant here. I don't know what their criteria is. And I think criteria matters a great deal. Like, because if we're talking album sales, that's like the thing. If you were like, one of the stipulations is album sales, like we have 5 major categories, one of them is album sales, then okay. Some of these albums like didn't sell that well, or they're just like classics. But like you'd have to, what are the other, you know, if there's 5 of them, what are the other 4? Like, and for me, I would say album sales doesn't matter. That's not how you, like some of the most poignant and like taught books of all time were panned in their day as terrible, and they sold nothing, and the authors died poor, and then like 100 years later, shit took off. But for me, I guess it would be like impact. That's the biggest one for me. How much impact on the rap game did the album have? If it had a ton of impact, it should be like, you know, the higher the impact, the higher it is. Did it change the game? Like, was hip hop the same after that album? Because like if your album drops and people just keep doing their thing, whatever. But if you set that bar, you know, like Dr. Dre's 2001, perfect example of like all of a sudden everyone was just like, okay, this is how, okay. So I guess that's like my 2 big stipulations right off the jump. Again, I can't put album sales in there. And then it's like you have to throw your own personal taste in there too. You know what I mean? If you also, again, if you are born in like 1998, you know, how the fuck is this supposed to be your favorite album? It's almost impossible. Okay, rant over. Yeah, no, and obviously like musical prowess has to be in there, like the beats, the rhymes. This album is a perfect example. If this is sitting at number 26, this album is phenomenal. Can't Knock the Hustle, Brooklyn's Finest with Biggie, Dead Presidents 2, Feeling It, This might be one of my favorite rap songs of all time. This is incredible. Incredible. 22 is great. Friend or Foe, Cashmere. Yeah, this album is stellar. Stellar album. Moving on. Aquemini. I said it on the podcast. I think this should have been higher than Stankonia. But that's 2 for Outcast in the top 30. And I actually have no problem with. I think I have a problem with how high one of them was, but they definitely have. Okay, Mobb Deep, the infamous, yes. This had a big impact. This has a lot of fucking bangers on it too. A lot of bangers. Again, I'm not a Tupac fan, but I know he belongs on here, and I know that this was the album, so I gotta say I'm fine with that. The boys love the Beastie Boys, and they swear by this album. I think License to Ill, personally for me, License to Ill was their album, but that's fine. This can go fuck itself. This can go fuck itself all day and into the night. 2010, no disrespect to Nicki. She's doing her thing. She's probably a great rapper, doing her thing for women. I'm sure if she was in here, she'd slap me in the face for even mentioning her name. That's all fine and good too. I think if you asked her, no, she's pretty into herself. She'd probably agree that this is a top 30 album. I don't think it is though. No way. No way. No fucking way. There's no way both of these albums are better than this. This is like a classic album. Classic album. Classic album. Yeah. This goes on there as well. I can't decide if this should be higher or not. It should. This should be. I said Eminem was good at 25. This is tough. This deserves to be top 25 for sure. This was like, I'm not kidding you. I remember being 10 years old and hearing the clean version of this, and I could rap it front to back. The clean version, which is fucking useless. I loved this fucking album. I love Snoop Dogg. I haven't heard this album. So I don't know that I could. I just, like I said, I mean, we're getting to like the 40s and 50s now, so this is where it gets a bit like in the murky waters, but that's right here. See, this is what I've been doing. There's no fucking way this album is better than this. This album is a at least top 15 album. For sure. For sure. Only built for Cuban links. There's no fucking way this isn't. Knuckleheads, Criminology, Incarcerated Scarfaces, Rainy Days. Can it be that it was also Simple was on this? Guillotines. This is a fucking banger. Verbal Intercourse, Glaciers of Ice. Okay. Ice Cream. What are we doing here? What is going on? This album for sure is top 15. 37. This is a travesty. Jeremy, for you, it's Biggie, Dre, and Nas. Okay. In that order? Because I said that Dre album at 13 was way too low. It's like a top 10 album without a doubt. This I'm fine with. This album is fucking incredible. I mean, I think Kendrick is the best to ever do it. So I just don't think he's old enough yet for them to age the way a lot of other ones have. But I mean, Kendrick is on another level. Oh, I don't know. This is probably too high. This is too low. Speaking of changing the game, this did it. Like nothing but a G thing. What are we doing here? That song alone. Like this whole era of the Chronic, the NWA, like Doggy Style era. I mean, literally that movement changed hip hop. It killed Biggie and Tupac. Like, those are your top three, Biggie, Dre, and Nas. Well, hold on. You can't say Dre's your top favorite rapper. Is it top three album? Because Dre can't rap to save his life. I mean, he can rap like I can rap. Like if someone wrote me a rap, I can rap other people's shit all day and night, but I couldn't write a rap to save my fucking life. So Kanye has 3 albums in the top 41. I can't get behind that. I don't know. Long Live the Cane. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. This should be higher for sure. I'm fine with that. No disrespect. That's too high. I can't. So Donuts is 48. I mean, I don't even know if you call this a hip hop album. I know that sounds weird, but there's not a single lyric on it. I mean, I guess it's hip hop instrumentals, I guess, but I don't know. It's hip hop. What am I saying? I mean, for me, this album, this is just a personal thing, but this album's probably like, it's got to be in the top 15 for me. I listen to this album all the time still. Wu-Tang 4. Okay. I still listen to this album all the fucking time. Fun fact about this album, too, it's so short. Like, you can go listen to this entire album right now. I think its runtime is like 20 minutes, 26 minutes. I don't know how long it is. Let's find out. It's not 43 minutes, really. Either way, I guess that was the point. The original one was only like 10 minutes long that he made in the hospital and dying. And then they extended it because you can't have a 10-minute album. Who the fuck's going to pay for that? This album should be higher. This album straight up changed hip hop. There's no fucking way this is number 49. And I say that because there's so many albums ahead of this that have no fucking place being ahead of, and like I'm not even a big, like, I don't know. I didn't like Eazy-E. I didn't particularly like, I wasn't a huge NWA guy. I mean, again, I was born in 83. This came out when I was 5. How the fuck was I supposed to be a big NWA guy? But you're crazy. 49, that's nuts. This should probably be a little bit higher. Okay, and that's top 60. I'm not doing all top 200, am I? No fucking way. But we're going to keep going because I'm already outraged, so let's get a little more outraged. Yo, stop trying to sell me shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, come on, bro. Why is it going to be like this? I pressed on this before. I keep on pressing on this. Fine. I'll just fucking scroll down then, you bitch. You bish. Okay, I saw Iron Man. Saw 50 Cent. I saw Damn. Oh, hey, here we go. Okay. The Roots at 51, huh? Okay. I'm okay with this one. Wow, Kanye is all over this list. Like, clearly Rolling Stone thinks that Kanye has just never missed on an album ever. You say Ready to Die, Chronic 2001, Illmatic, and that order can change, and I would still agree. Okay. I mean, Ready to Die is a fucking classic without a doubt. So is Chronic 2001. For me, I think it's like, it's probably Illmatic 36 chambers. I'm going to tell you right now, there's an album that I haven't seen yet that probably won't be on this list that is, honest to God, I'm not kidding you, one of the best hip-hop albums of all time. It's Masta Ace, Disposable Arts. It came out in like 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And it is so slept on. Criminally slept on. Criminally. Criminally slept on. This album is fucking incredible. Okay, why can't I just see? There we go. Like, conceptually, this album is great. The whole idea is that Masta Ace gets out of prison, and then it just tells the story of, like, the hood. This album's fucking incredible. 2001, I was right. Boom. Okay, let's keep going. This album actually does deserve to be in here, or Salt and Pepper at least, for sure. I just don't see how this album's in the top 50. No way. There's no way this album's better than Midnight Marauders. Impossible. Just impossible. And now we're at an interesting spot. Because I've never heard of No Name. I've never heard of this album. It came out in 2018. So again, my pussy teaching 9th grade English. My pussy wrote a thesis on colonialism. That doesn't even rap. That doesn't rhyme. What? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to have to go listen to this after now because poet activist. Oh my God. There's no fucking... See, this is how you know they're out of their fucking mind. Because they're trying to throw in this woke shit. It has no room here. This is a merit-based... This is supposed to be a merit-based list. Did you make the best album of all time? Yeah, I did. Okay, guess what? You're at the top. This is insane. There's no fucking way this album is the 56th best rap album of all time. It's impossible. Her parents wouldn't even agree with that. I bet her dad saw this and was like, listen, I like the album, but fuck that shit. Yeah, see, License to Ill, I think, is probably better than Paul's Boutique, but that's just me. America's Most Wanted. This should probably also be higher than it is. This should... No. You know why this is actually good where it is because this had no business being 2 discs. This motherfucker right here should have been 1 single CD. And then this would have been a classic. But they just like tried to just cram in everything. He had just died, you know, life after death. This album is a fucking classic. This album... Yeah, I don't know. This album honestly might be... This might be one of my favorite albums of all time. Yeah, this is probably... This album might be... I can't... I don't know if I can say top 10, because again, 2017. This album, if you looked at my like Spotify year-end shit, this album, since it came out, steady rotation. I mean, it won a fucking Pulitzer. This album is fucking really good. I think this is actually a travesty, but I can't be mad because he has 3 albums in the top 60. Like, actually, hold on. Kendrick makes way better records than Kanye West. And I guess you could argue Kanye makes all his own beats. Kendrick just raps. Now that's interesting. I guess you would have to... That's very interesting. I guess you'd have to... Yeah, you know what? That's very interesting. But we're not talking about Grammys here. We're not talking about like winning a Grammy. Like this isn't like a Beck versus Beyonce thing. I mean, I don't give a fuck. This is still one of my favorite albums of all time. Feel is just like Feel is a fucking Feel is one of the best rap songs of all time. No hook, just rap, crazy beat. Fear is also nuts. Alchemist on the beat. So this album, I mean, I could talk about this album for a while. This album fucking goes. So 60's too low. Scarface, The Diary. I mean, I can't keep saying should be higher. This should be higher. But again, Doom is the only underground rapper that's been on here so far, other than that like no name chick from Chicago who I've never fucking heard of, who has no business being on here. But Operation Doomsday, I mean, this has so many underground classics. Rest in peace, Doom. This, I feel like that should be higher too. I don't know why. Honest to God, this is like my guilty pleasure. I fucking love 50 Cent. I fucking love 50 Cent. This album was insane. But 64 is probably right. Because this was just all hits. I don't know if an album that was like all hits and club bangers can be higher than that. I don't remember this album, to be honest. Balloon Mind State. Wow. I do not remember this album. But De La 3-6 Mafia, huh? Was 3-6 Mafia Pocket Full of Stones? Or was it UGK? I got a pocket. I think it was 3-6 Mafia. I got a pocket full of stones. Ghetto Boys. There's no fucking way this album deserves to be anywhere. I'm sorry. I owned this album and sold it for weed money. This album sucks. I mean, you could easily argue. I get it. If you want to argue like that whole Cash Money, like Lil Wayne, Juvenile, they all had their role in putting the South on. I'm with that, but this album fucking sucks. Get out of here. Like, you're telling me Juvenile 400 Degrees is better than Ghostface Iron Man? No fucking way. This album's incredible. This album is way too low. This album is way too low. I don't know where it should be. At least in the top 30, without a doubt. Same with this. This is way too low. We used to be number 10. Now we permanently won. Queen Latifah deserves to be in the top 100. Yep. I don't know about Dr. Ock. See, Simon thought this was going to be like top 10. No such luck. Fat Lip was just too much of a menace. Fear of a Black Planet. That's fine. Nope. Yeah, see, it hadn't even dawned on me that like Gangstar hadn't made an appearance yet. There's no way Megan Thee Stallion has a better album than all of what Gangstar has done. No fucking way. Even then, there's no way Megan Thee Stallion's album was better than this. Impossible. Impossible. Same with this. Get the fuck out of here. This bitch can't rap to save her life. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be Get this bitch the fuck out of here. This bitch has no place on this list. What are you, fucking nuts? I can rap better than her. I just don't have ass and titties. This bitch sucks. She's terrible. You're terrible. I hope she hears that. You're terrible. This is fine. Excuse me. Weird. I mean, there's some really good bangers on here, but I don't know about number 80 of all time. It should be higher. This should definitely be higher. This is not number 83. No fucking way. As in, this should be lower. This shouldn't be in the top 200. Not a Vince Staples guy, but I know people respect him, so I don't know about that. There's no way, like, again, this album was better than a lot of those albums. Lyrically, this album is fucking brilliant. And it was the first time I heard it. Same with this. This album is fucking great. Is this the first time we saw Common, too? Like, I don't know. That's pretty disrespectful. I think he's got a place higher than that. Ultramagnetic MCs. Cypress Hill. Slow down. Slow down. Yep. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is what Pete Davidson thinks is the best album of all time. I don't know about that. I mean, Pursuit of Happiness is... And Day and Night. I guess those are both really good songs, but get the fuck out of here. But to each their own. This should be higher. This should definitely... Although this is like underground. I mean, he's actually... I can't believe they gave DJ Shadow a top 100 spot. Good for him. Wow. There's some names that I knew I wouldn't see, but... Yeah, okay, De La, okay. Nope. Wow, the clips again, huh? Okay, so Company Flow. That's interesting. This is a really good album. For anyone who's a Run the Jewels fan, you might recognize this name right here. LP has been around forever. This was one of his first things, one of his first projects. That's the word I was looking for. Things. That's no. And then Run DMC. Okay. Now watch. They're probably going to throw me over here, aren't they, on some bullshit. Yeah, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, bruh? What a weird way of doing this. Like putting... Oh my god. You know what I just realized? We have not seen a Big Pun album yet. This is about to be fucking criminal. Okay, so we just left the top 100. That just dawned on me. There's Big Pun albums. There's Big Pun albums that are way better than a lot of the shit we've... Like, this... What are you fucking kidding me? Like, Black on Both Sides is way better than both those albums. I'll give Eve some dap. Fine, that's fine. This album... Like, I don't know. This album's really good. I don't know if it's 108 though. I don't think so. Main Source, Bismarcky, Boogie Down Productions. Like, where the fuck is a Big Pun album? This is also a very good album. This should probably be higher than it is right there. When's that? 2003. Yeah, that should be higher for sure. Digital Underground, Africa Bombada, Jungle Brothers. See, now they're throwing in all the old school stuff like The Coup, Young Thug, People's Instinctive Travels in the Path of Rhythm. I don't know, man. I think this is way too low for that album. I mean, 93 to Infinity might be the most classic hip-hop song of all time. If you skateboard. If you skateboard, it's like... I think it is the skateboard anthem. 93 till Infinity. I don't know... if you like... If there's a song that resonates with skateboarders more, that you could play in a skateboarder would be like, yo... Yeah, I don't know about that. So Drake had number 10, and then we didn't see him again until 125. See, this list is suspect as fuck. Bone Thugs. This album's fucking great too. This is disrespectful as fuck. I don't know if I can stand for this. This is real disrespectful. Ghostface look at Ghostface go, man. He's out a lot on here. J. Cole makes his first appearance. Killer Mike. Good for you. Tupac, Rick Ross, Doja Cat, Slum Village finally making an appearance. Dilla's on here twice. The Streets. See, the problem with Nas is outside of Illmatic, his albums are like, I don't know. It's tough to describe what's going on with his albums. This album is fucking incredible. This is disrespectful too. This album's incredible. This is an underground fucking classic. Oh, I love this album. This is probably in a good spot, right where it is. No, this shit has no business. This shit has no business being on this list. Wow. Wow, you know, there's some stuff that really surprises you. Like I never would have thought this would have made the Rolling Stone top 200 albums. But it deserves to. Look at that bar. My lawyer popped the crocodile suitcase. You can't dispute taste. Dude, Rock Marciano, if you have, like, go listen to this album. You have to. If you haven't listened to this album, go listen to this album. Good for Rolling Stone. At least they got something right here. Because this album fully deserves to be on this list. Love this album. Good for them. That's sick, man. Good for him, too. This album was sick, too. If you want to go to YouTube and search Common B Dilla Original. That beat goes so fucking hard. The sample in it, I don't know what the fucking sample is, but it's like, let me belong. Dude, it goes fucking hard. Again, Common B, the original Dilla sample. I don't know why. They probably couldn't clear the sample, was what probably went on. This album was a classic, too. This seems a bit low for that one. I'm too young for that one. Good for these boys. Love me some Run the Jewels. I mean, oh, you can't see it right now, but if you watch the podcast, you'll know those boys are on the wall. DJ Screw, 3 a.m. Wow. The Roots, How I Got Over. Okay. Did I really just bang out all those? Wow. Okay, I guess I'm really flying through it now, so might as well finish. This list is disrespectful. That's all I can say. There's a lot of disrespect on this list. And I mean a fucking, like, boatloads of disrespect on this list. They also got some right, so give credit where it's due. Like I said, that Rock Marciano album, I would never, ever, ever have thought they'd throw that on there. And there it is, so. But, like, Big Pun has been disrespected. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. How do you throw an album that's 1 year old? That was the thing. Like, even when Damn came up, and I said it's, like, personally one of my favorite albums of all time, I followed it up by saying it came out, like, 4 years ago. Like, to say something is one of the best things ever, I don't know. You got to let that shit breathe a bit. Even if you put it the 150th ever, like, get the fuck out of here. Something that came out last year is the 150th best thing ever done in hip hop. Fuck off. This thing shouldn't be anywhere near here either. What the fuck is this? Sorry, I'm just reading this, guys, because what the fuck is this? Now I gotta search this fucking thing. Come on, bruh. All right, I'm going to go listen to that later because I have to figure out why the fuck this thing is on here. It's a weird one, but sure. Yeah, okay. My real problem with this list, too, is they're not giving enough love to, like, entire scenes of hip-hop. Like, the whole Rhyme Sayers movement, Brother Ali has a top 200 album. Especially considering all the fucking junk they've thrown on here. Shadows on the Sun is definitely a top 200 album. There you go, Big L. Like, that's how has he not made an appearance yet? What the fuck are we doing here? I've seen Cardi B twice, Missy Elliott like 3 times. Who the fuck is Tierra Whack? Think of all the people we haven't seen. I'm just going to remind you of all the names in hip hop that we haven't fucking seen yet. And then there's this Tierra Whack. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Schoolboy. This is a great album. This is a great album. Okay, so now we're starting to see at least some like semblance of Above the Law. What the fuck? Mac Homie, Pray for Haiti. Again, I'm sorry. This came out last fucking year. Is this the lyric that they actually... Am I fucking... I must be losing my mind because I guess you don't have to rhyme anymore. My merchandise is like the Louis store. Yours is more VIM. Only go there when I need to buy Tim's. VIM Tim's. I guess, man. I don't know. I mean, no, I know this has no fucking business in the top 200 albums. Like, came out last fucking year. What are we doing here? Goody Mob? Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Big Crit. Crit was here. Okay. Okay. Country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Marley Marl. This should be higher. I think on the symphony alone, this should be higher, considering some of the trash we've seen. Nope. Get out. You're done. This is a generational thing, so I'm not gonna shit on him. He's dead, but for me, that's a hard pass. This album's fucking incredible. This album is the most. Yeah, Capital Punishment is awesome. That's what the fuck is up. This is the most New York album to ever come out, I think. This is the most New York shit ever. Sure, she's okay, fine. Wes, okay. I mean, again, I mean, this album's good. You know, this album's really good. And these boys, the whole movement these boys are doing, like they're keeping that New York shit on the fucking map from Buffalo. I just don't know. Like I said, 2017. Like I said no to Kendrick because it was in 2017. What the fuck is this? Is this shit dying, bro? Is that what's going on here? Is my shit dying? I don't know. This seems too young. That's a good stipulation for me, actually. I feel like an album has to be at least 5 years old to make this list. Yeah, I would even say 7, to be honest. Like 2015 would have to be the cutoff. You gotta really feel something. There's the RZA, the Resurrecta. I don't think this is on the list though. No, not for me. E40, nope. Wow, Freestyle Fellowship. That's a very, very interesting choice. I don't know how this made the list. I don't know who in the room would have gotten everyone to agree with this, but fair play. Nope, never heard of you. Again, this came out last year, so you can fuck off. This is disrespectful. This is one of the best albums of all time. This is without a doubt the best compilation album of all time. Look at that lineup. Just in case you're not paying attention, I wish it didn't have this little thing. That's El Producto, so LP of Run the Jewels. That's Talib Kweli. That's Mos Def. Is that Shabam Sadiq? That might be Shabam Sadiq. Pharoah Monch, Eminem. This is Tech and Steel. Maybe that's Tech and Steel. I can't remember. Sadat X, Bahamadia. This album, look at this. 1999. That song is fucking incredible. Mayor, oof. Because any man who would jump in front of a minivan for 20 grand, a bottle of pain pills, and a mini thin is fucking crazy. You hear me? It's fucking crazy. Seriously, go look up this album if you've never heard it. This album goes so hard. R.A. the Rugged Man's on this album too. His Stanley Kubrick. This album, this album, you can't see it here either. There's no way for me to zoom in, is there? There probably is. I don't know the hotkeys. I don't care. I'm too old. The best part about this album is it's mixed by J-Rock and Babu of the Beat Junkies. So most songs have like a 30-second scratch intro that just adds like a huge layer. Like there's a Cocoa Brothers and Shabam Sadiq song that's fucking phenomenal. This album, seriously, this should be way higher. This is disrespectful. Go check out this album. I can't stress that enough. Also, Raucous Records, this was like just before their undoing. Because the first Sound Bombing was like, This was like the height. And then because of Pharoah Monch's Get the Fuck Up, because of Simon Says, it bankrupted the whole record label, and that was the end of that. Sorry, I got to open a Coca-Cola here. Actually, you know what? It's going to be so piss warm because it's been sitting here for an hour. So I'm going to finish this, then I'm going to get myself some ice. And then I'm going to drink that Coca-Cola because I'm a fat fuck. Gucci Mane, Chicken Talk. I haven't heard this, can't say. This has one of my favorite songs of all time. This deserves a spot in the top 200 for sure. If you've never heard Lucchini by Camp Lo and you like hip-hop, you're really doing yourself a fucking disservice. Go listen to Lucchini by Camp Lo. Luchini. Lucchini. Fucking incredible song. This album's good too. This album's good. It's not great. I'm not going to lie to you. Most of the time you can't understand what the fuck they're saying. I'm just going to be straight up. Nope. I haven't heard it, but again, this doesn't fall within the threshold for me, so get out of here. MC Light deserves a spot. Yep. Too Short definitely deserves a spot. Capone and Noriega definitely deserve a spot. This definitely deserves a spot. Okay, this I was going to say. I meant to say to the boys, Nipsey should be on here for sure. Yeah. I think his last album, though, probably should have been in like the top 20, if I'm being totally honest. This, I don't know what the fuck this is. I know it doesn't belong anywhere near this fucking list. I'll tell you that right now. I have this album, and again, I actually still don't think it belongs on this list. My apologies. Nope. Yeah, this might have a top 200 spot. Maybe. Nope. Strong, no. This is where I was blown away. Like Bandana, this is a travesty on its own. Bandana is better than fucking half the albums we saw up here. This album's better than them. And if you never heard of KMD, this is like the original. Zevlov X is MF Doom. This was his original project before his brother died. This deserves a spot in the top 200 for sure. Their other album also deserves a spot in the 200 because they were both like serious underground. Juice WRLD and then Travis Scott. All right. I have a lot of fucking cheeks. I'm not going anywhere, buddy. I have a lot of problems with this list. Like I said, they didn't represent the underground of hip hop, which I get it doesn't sell albums like, you know, like Astro World, but I don't know, man. Like I said, Brother Ali, Atmosphere, Sage Francis. Sage Francis for sure had a top 200 hip hop album of all time. Idea and Abilities definitely did not have an album. Atmosphere probably had a top 200 album of all time for sure. Who else? Like just again, the whole boot camp movement. I guess there was one Black Moon album in there, but like Boot Camp got left out. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how do you make that list anyway? Like I couldn't 200? What are you doing? Why 200? That's too many. Way too many. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to go through that whole bad boy with y'all. Give my 2 cents. That list sucks. That list really sucks. And it shows that Rolling Stone doesn't really know jack shit about hip hop, if I'm being completely fucking honest with you. That's what I got out of this. But I think that's it. I'm going to call it a night. So you guys